inspirational speeches and very nice TED Talks that I've got to hear right here. And I would like to start with mine. My TED Talk starts with a quote, which is, "You did not play it for anyone here but for me." This was a quote said to me after this performance. It was in the United States. This really aged person, he came up to me and said that you did not play it for anyone here but for me. And I was really shocked. I was in the middle of packing up and wearing my shoes and everything. And all of a sudden, this really aged person comes to me and says that. And I was shocked. And I was, for 2 minutes, I was like sitting there and he was waiting for a reaction from my side. And I did not know what else to say. So I stood up and I thanked him and I did not know what to do. But after I got over with it, I started thinking that how can something like I'm playing totally classical, Indian classical, Pakistani classical music, and it is appeals someone who lives way back somewhere, like maybe he's never had exposure to something like that. And it was really shocking for me, plus I was happy, and it really touched me. And it was the best feeling in this world. I don't know why, but it was. So coming from a really aged person who lives in the United States, it was really good to know that, I got to know that music is a language in itself. Like, you do not need words to communicate. Maybe music is just that. And especially classical music, because I played that over there. From there, I thought I should include some of the theme, which is that the exposure to a different culture, it led me to think, which is my voyage of vision, that is that music, it transcends boundaries. That you do not need any other language to communicate to someone, just music, and that's it. No one else will need anything else. Obviously you need water, you have to say. But yeah, so moving forward, I'm not just a Sitar player, I'm also a Taekwondo champion and a black belt. Yes, I'm showing off in the middle. I started when I was this much. I started when I was really little, and I seriously did not know where I'd go. But I did go far. Got to get a lot of medals and won a lot of championships. And this kind of led me to think, when I was really little, what happened was that I used to play Sitar, I used to do Taekwondo, and obviously I had to go to school as well, because that is important. So I used to come back from school, get into my Taekwondo clothes, and pick up my Sitar, and then go to my Sitar class. And almost everyone in my Sitar class used to laugh at me, what is she doing? And after I was done with my Sitar classes, I used to go to my Taekwondo classes, and then getting free from there, I used to come home, do my homework and sleep, and then the same routine continued every day. So this kind of led me to think that it was not just my voyage of visions, it was others too, that how can this girl, and many people really came up to me and asked me that how can you do so much when you're this much. I was 9, I guess, 8 or 9 when I started both these things. So they thought that it was something that, an adult could do something like that. And they did not know that that a person like me can do that. So many people came up to me, and then I got to know that there is, a lot of many perceptions that I have to face. And yeah. And this is actually a picture of me with, there was this class in United States. So it was about music, and they wanted me to come in and play something for them, tell them about my music, tell them about what I play. And it was really good. What happened was I was playing Sitar. They were all sitting on the seats, and obviously you play Sitar when you sit down on the floor. And when I sat down, everyone there sat down as well. This is the level of respect you get, and I really liked it. So, it really touched me. And the other picture, I'm just, showing off places I played. So, what is it like to play Sitar in Pakistan? Obviously, Pakistanis are a little intolerant, and they like to pass judgments. And for me, it's like that there is obviously lack of cultural and religious acceptance, because obviously some Maulvi would say, "What are you doing? Don't you know what you're doing?" And I really get annoyed, because it's kind of like, you don't know what it is like for me to play Sitar. Obviously, I'm pretty sure everyone here has their places, like when you and you go into this empty spaces or deserts of yours, and you don't know what you're doing, but you're just thinking. And while I'm playing sitar, I go into that place. Many people call it the subconscious, but I like to call it the mind place, because it is where I can think, it is where I can do anything I want, think about anything. And well, obviously if I get into some trouble while playing sitar, that is another thing. I have to wake up from that place. But yeah, everyone has that place. I'm sure everyone here thinks and they like to be alone. For me, playing sitar is that place. And yeah, it is majorly just sort of as an entertainment session, and just to fill in the entertainment session when I'm playing sitar. But obviously you guys don't know what it is like to play. And the artist, you cannot just play with their feelings just because you tell them that just play for us. No, you don't do that, because I'm sure if there are any artists here and your art is devalued, you'll obviously feel bad that it takes as much as effort to play sitar as much as it takes to maybe do something that a software engineer does. I don't know what a software engineer does. And the third is that I'm often called as a Marasi. Yeah, many people, especially young boys, they would just come up to me and tell me, yeah, you're a Marasi. I'm like, no, Marasi and a musician, they're two different things. A Marasi might not be as educated as a musician is. Maybe, say, Urdu or English ka fark hai, lekin phir bhi sounds a little more decent when you call it as a musician. Kuch words, they hurt you. And obviously, being called a Marasi just puts me off. I just want to kick the other person because I know Taekwondo. Yeah. And there are some goals that I have, and I would like to achieve them. Maybe when I am a little in my, I don't know, I'm a little old. Yeah, to be a composer, because one of my friends sitting here in the audience, she told me that not every composer, that not every artist is a composer, but then every artist is a composer. No, every composer is an artist, because the artist, I myself, I belong to a very non-musical background, and choosing sitar was wow for everyone in my family. So I would like to be a composer someday, so that I understand what I'm playing. I usually play beats or I'd say symphonies that my Ustad Saab tells me to, but obviously someday I'd like to play my own, and I guess that would be something extraordinary for me. And the second one is to revive classical music. Not many people, they like to hear classical music, because maybe the version of classical music they've heard is not the actual one. Maybe the version of classical music they've heard is boring. But I'm sure when I'm going to play today, you'll know what classical music is, and that you will also want to listen it more, because nobody liking classical music is kind of a rare thing. Everyone likes classical music when it's played in its true essence. And yes, there are some things that Pakistanis need to be taught, which are tolerance, acceptance, limitation, and judgments. And obviously, I've seen people in the United States having so much respect for me just because I'm a musician. They respect me so much, and it was really good to know कि यार इज्जत है कोई, and yeah, जो कि पाकिस्तान में कभी-कभी नहीं मिलती, which is true. Pakistan में you're just treated as a person who's playing and you're just doing something well. So I would like to say that it is kind of important that you are valued and that your art is valued, and for that I really like to work, and wherever I go, I play classical music. Though I know other songs, I know other music that will, audience will like or something like that. But I like playing classical music so that people know what classical music actually is. And yeah, with this, I'd like to thank some people who've helped me throughout my life, which is my mother. She told me when I was called as Marasi, I used to go to her, Mama, ये तो मुझे Marasi कहते हैं यार. Lekin Mama was like, no, it's okay. They don't know what you do or how much pain you go through or how much effort you have to put in to play this well. So my mother was the one person who's always been there with me, and not just supported me for sitar but also for taekwondo and for every other opportunities that I've gotten. I got a chance to go to United States as a cultural ambassador, and I spent a whole semester there, and her support was the actual reason why I could actually spend the time there. Ustad Salim Khan, who has thousands of students all over Pakistan, but he still claims that I'm his best one. So it's always good to know that you're loved and you're expected and everything. And with this, I'd now like to play the sitar for you. What I'm going to play is, oh, I forgot one thing. And I'm proud to be a musician and not a And I would end my talk by playing on sitar. I'm going to play pure classical. It's a rag. It's called Rag Hamid.